where we're going to be on this till the end of August. So you do not want to miss not one day this week in the piano series. Yes, we're going to be on it, using that as an image of our relationship with God, God's relationship with others, and with us. And today we're going to extend it to our relationship with others. So you desire to be here for this piano series. And let me tell you, it's also on YouTube. So if you miss a day and you don't feel like scrolling through Facebook trying to figure out what day it is that you missed, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is Dr. Pulley, and you can get caught up on any of the daily downloads that you missed. All right. Well, today I'm asking you a question, and we're talking about harmony in all relationships. And I'm asking you, are you in a lot of relationships, but are your relationships harmonious? I'm going to say that again. You're in a lot of different types of relationships: family relationships, friendships, neighbors, co-workers, classmates, church members, intimate relationships. But how healthy are these relationships? How harmonious are these relationships? And we're going to talk about what it takes to have a harmonious relationship. Now, I'm big on kingdom promises. When I did my convocation address a little over a month ago, and it was right here in the city of Atlanta with Increase 2019, my convocation address talked about the kingdom promises. And the kingdom promises are wealth, our health, harmony in relationships, and wealth. And my spiritual teacher that I've been working with has encouraged me to put it in that order. That first is health, then it's harmony in relationships, and then it's wealth. So I've been good with health. I know what health means. It means that that we are healing and that we are operating in wholeness, that we're free from sickness, pain, disease, discomfort, and dysfunction. I was pretty good with the health aspect of the kingdom promises. I was also good with the wealth aspect of the kingdom promises, that there's no lack and no limitation, but increase, abundance, overflow, and more than enough. If you understand what it means to have the kingdom promise of health in your life, give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts, give me some high fives. If you understand what it means to have the kingdom promises of wealth in your life, increase, abundance, overflow, more than enough, freedom from lack, limitation, and poverty, give me some thumbs up, give me some high. I think I've been very clear about teaching about health and about what it means to be healthy and what it means to be wealthy, to experience prosperity. What was not as clear to me, I've taught and I've preached about relationships, and I know those relationships need to be healthy. But looking at this piano series, it put harmony in relationships an entirely different, expanded concept of what it actually means, not just to have a relationship, but to have harmony in the relationship. I don't just desire relationships, but I desire harmony in my relationship, harmonious relationship. Anybody else, if that's your desire, not just to be in relationship, not just to be connected or interacting with another person, but to have harmonious relationships, to have harmony in relationships. Give me some thumbs up, give me some high fives, give me some hearts if that's your desire, to have harmony in every last one of your relationships. And let me tell you, it's possible. It is possible for you to have harmonious relationships. It is possible for you to experience harmony in every relationship in your life. And I'm going to tell you how to do it today. All right. Our scripture is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse number 14 through 16. Again, that's 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verses 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 14 to 16. All right, when you have it, so I have the word not only in my hands, but also in my heart. And I'm reading from the New International Version. That's my new thing. Unless the King James, unless the NIV just totally changed the context of what I'm preaching or teaching, I'm going to be using the NIV. All right, it says, do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what does righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? What harmony, there it is, what harmony is there between Christ and Baal? What does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? What agreement is there between the temple of God and idols? For you are the temple of the living God. As God has said, I will live with them and walk with them, and I will be their God, and they will be my people. All right, our focus and our highlight verse is verse number 15. What harmony is there between Christ and and Baal. All right. And so how many have ever heard of being unequally yoked in relationship? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some high fives. Give me some hearts if you've ever heard the term of being unequally yoked. Well, it was something that was taught and preached when I was growing up. I mean, it was a big thing. Do not be unequally yoked. We really didn't have a lot of associations with people, who didn't go to the same church, were not in the same denomination, not in the same religion. I'm grateful that my conscience has expanded, that I realize that harmony in relationship does not mean unison, all right? And we're going to talk about that on the mental note. But today I'm answering the question, what does it take for you to have, and I got to look at my notes because this is fresh stuff that God just gave me this morning when I woke up, all right? So what does it mean to have a harmonious relationship? Pulley point number one, it means that you have to be in the same genre. There's music, and there are many different types of music. There's jazz, there's pop, there's R&B, there's bluegrass. Come on, give me some other genres of music. There's hip hop. There's so many different genres of music, which means there's so many different types of music. And pulley point number one, in order to have a harmonious relationship, you've got to be in the same genre of music. You can't, in a relationship, it's important that y'all are singing the same genre, that you're in the same genre of music as it relates to the relationship. That means that you agree on the type of relationship that it is. You cannot have a harmonious relationship if the two people in the relationship do not agree about the type of relationship that it is. If you all are not in the same genre, which means there are many different types of relationships, just like there are many different types of music. In order to have a harmonious relationship, pulley point number one, the two of you must agree on what type of relationship it is. Now, if you're thinking it's a romantic relationship and the other person is thinking it's a business relationship, then you're not going to have harmony in that relationship. If you're thinking it's a family relationship and the other person is looking for friendship, then you're not going to have harmony in relationship because the two of you don't agree about the genre, the type of relationship that it is. So go back through your relationship and say, are we in agreement? Sometimes you got to go back. I wrote a book, back in 2001. It was called Redefining Relationships for the 21st Century. And it said in that book that you go to your relationships with a question mark. And then after having a conversation, you put a comma on the relationship, and sometimes you put a period. So in order to have harmonious relationships, pulley point number one, we both have to agree on the genre of music that this relationship is. We got to agree on the type of relationship. And let me tell you, a lot of times people go on assumptions, go on what they think and what they feel. And let me tell you, the other person is thinking and feeling something else. You're thinking it's just a fellowship, that y'all are just fellowship, and the other person thinking that you're going to join their church or you're going to be a part of their organization, and you're just fellowshipping and mingling and interacting, but the two of you are not going to have a harmonious relationship because you're not in the same genre of music. Y'all are not agreeing on the type of relationship that it is. So pulley point number one, in order to have harmony in relationships, you both have to be in the same genre. You both have to agree on the type of relationship that it is. Pulley point number two, in order to have a harmonious relationship, you have to be singing the same song. Now, once we agree on the genre that we are, okay, this is a gospel relationship. This is a gospel, this is the genre that we're singing in. Then there are hundreds of millions of gospel songs. So then you got to decide, okay, we know that we're in the gospel genre. What song are we singing in the gospel genre? Because even within gospel, there are various different, there's praise and worship, there's Christian contemporary, there's old school gospel. So it's important that you not only agree, pulley point number one, on the genre, which is the type of relationship it is, but pulley point number two, you got to be singing the same song, which means that you agree on what the goals of the relationship is. All right. The same song means that we agree on the goals of a relationship, which means where is this relationship going? Because let me tell you, if you're not singing the same song and you don't agree with what the goals are for the relationship, and this is any type of relationship, business, family, friendship, neighbors, co-workers, classmates, any type of relationship that you are in. If you don't agree on the song that y'all are singing or the song that y'all are playing, then it's not going to be a harmonious relationship. What are the goals of this relationship? Where is this relationship going? And I'm going to tell you, if the two of you don't agree, if you're not in harmony about where the relationship is going, then let me tell you, there's not going to be harmony in the relationship. You've got to agree on what the goals are of the relationship. And unless it's going somewhere and y'all both agree on where it's going nowhere. And we say, well, we just grew apart and we used to have so much fun and we used to talk and we used to hang out, but now it just seems like we've grown apart. Maybe it's because you were not agreeing on the genre of music, the type of relationship that it was. Maybe it's because, point number two, you all were not agreeing on the goals of the relationship. All right. Anything that's in your life, I'm telling you, it's important to have a goal for it. I'm not a part of anything that I don't know where it's going. Now, you can give me some thumbs up, some high fives, some hearts, you can cut it off. But unless there's some goals, unless there's a vision for the relationship, the Bible says without a vision, the people perish. If there's no goals for the relationship is going to die. What are the goals of the relationship? What is the purpose of this relationship? Why have the two of you come together? And so in order to have a harmonious relationship, we got to agree on the genre, which is the type of relationship it is. Point number two, we got to agree on the song that we are singing or playing, which means the goals of the relationship. And let me say this, point number three, we've got to be in the same key. All right. You cannot have a harmonious relationship if y'all in two different keys. The keys mean that you agree on how you're going to go about the goals. So it's not just that we agree on the type of relationship and agree on the goals of the relationship, but we agree on how these goals are going to be accomplished. That's what it means to be in the same key. In harmony, we're singing different notes, but it's in the same key. But if you all don't agree about how the goals of the relationship are going to be accomplished, then you're not going to have a harmonious relationship. There's going to be dissonance there. It's not going to be harmony. It's going to be dissonance because you're not clear, not only about what the goals are. Maybe a couple is together, they agree that we're going to be together for the rest of our lives. All right. And so they've got the same goal. They're singing the same song, but how he thinks it's going to be, how they're going to go about being together for the rest of their lives. Maybe he's thinking it's going to be an open relationship. And that's how we're going to be able to be together for the rest of our lives, because we're going to be in an open relationship. You do your thing, I do mine. And she may be thinking that, no, we are exclusive. And so even though they both agree to be together forever, if they don't agree on how they're going to be together forever, they're not going to be in the same key. And there's going to be dissonance in the relationship. And so I'm telling you today that you have the power to have harmony in every relationship in your life, but it's going to require a conversation. It's going to require for you to tune up that piano to make sure that y'all are, point number one, in the same genre of music, which means you agree on the type of relationship that it is. Point number two, that you agree on the goals of the relationship, which is the same song. And point number three, that you agree on how the two of you are going to go about accomplishing those goals, which means that you're playing in the same. There's there's 8 different keys, A, B, C, D, E, F, G on that piano scale. 7, not 8. 7 octaves, 7 keys, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So there's 7 different keys. And let me tell you, even though y'all on the same, singing the same type of music, and even though y'all singing the same song, but if y'all are not singing in the same key, which means you don't agree about how the goals of the relationship are going to be accomplished, then you are not going to have harmony in relationship. But let me tell you, this is so good. I got 3 other points as it relates to how to have a harmonious relationship, and that's going to be on my personal page, Derar R. Pulley. But I love you so much. God bless you. I pray that you are enjoying this piano series. I know I'm learning from it. I know that I'm growing from it, and I'm real clear about what it means to have a harmonious relationship. The Pulley point number 1, it says, how can, in the text it said, how can, what agreement, what harmony is there between Christ and Baal? Which means that you're making a decision, you're making making a choice about your relationships, your relationship with Christ. You can't operate in ego, which is what Baal represents from metaphysically, and operate in the Christ consciousness. They are not harmonious. And so if you're not operating in the Christ consciousness, you're operating in ego, but you can't operate in both of them because there's a dissonance between the Christ consciousness and the ego. What the Christ consciousness is going to be telling you is very different from what the ego is going to be telling you. You got to choose. You got to make a decision, and you got to make a decision about your relationships. Let's look at your relationships, take them off of autopilot, and let's have some conversation. Let's have some communication about the genre, about the song, and about the key, about the type of relationship that it is, about the goals of the relationship, and about how we're going to go about accomplishing those goals. I love you so much. God bless you. Share this on your page with somebody. Somebody's relationships are in crisis. Somebody feels like taking their life because the relationships in their lives are going down. You can help them today by sharing this message. Somebody is depressed, anxious, suicidal about their relationships. And I believe if you can share this message with them, you can help save their lives and save their relationship, no matter what type of relationship it is. So sow a seed, meet a need, boost this post so that we can share this with hundreds of thousands of people so that there can be more harmonious relationships on the earth. I love you so much. God bless you. Until tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Remember, God is doing something wonderful in me, and God is doing something wonderful in you.